Well, hello there, everybody, and greetings. Welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. Seems I'm getting a flashing from that light. Maybe it's going to burn out. So, anyways, we're back on Friday night to do our Monster Hits. And this year, this week it's 1986. And for those of you who don't follow this, basically I just pick 10 songs from the year 1986 that were hits that year. Means that the albums made the charts, or they were well known, they were hits, and usually singles that came off the albums. However, we're getting closer to the CD age, so that's not happening as much. But anyways, and so I pick 10 songs off that, and then I rank them according to how I like them. Now, some of you will remember last week I said that 1985 was kind of my jump off. This is where I kind of jumped off the music industry for a bit and was into other stuff that was completely not what I was into before. So I wasn't even sure what was going to happen, because I don't remember buying a single album in 1986. Actually, I think I did buy one album. Actually, there was two of them. Peter Gabriel's So and Paul Simon's Graceland. Those were two that I did buy. I don't think I bought anything else that year. I think it was the only two albums. So, anyways, I've got 10 songs. I found 10. Surprising. I actually found more than that. I found about 13 or 14 that I actually liked. But none of these are going to be super strong, as I didn't like them. Like, they're not songs I listen to much anymore, but for that time period, they were songs I listened to, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm just curious to see how this is going to go in the late 80s and early 90s. Maybe it'll deplete to the point where I can't even do the year. I don't know. But this year is actually a little bit better than it was in 85, so I'm ready to go. I've got 10 songs picked that are my 10 favorites. The last song on there, the last couple I thought about taking them off in favor of a couple of other songs, but I decided to go with what I got. So, coming in at number 10, we're going to get started. So for those of you who don't know how we do this, I pick from my top 10, but I do them in reverse order, from 10th till 1st, or from least favorite to most favorite. I do like all these songs, though, or they wouldn't be on here. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't put them on. I would just keep looking until I found something else. So starting at number 10, All I Need Is a Miracle, which is from Mike and the Mechanics. I do remember this song, listening to this album, because I'm a fan of Genesis, and I did have one of Mike Rutherford's solo albums, Acting Very Strange, at one point, which I liked a lot as well. So I did like this, so it came in at number 10 from Mike and the Mechanics. Number 9 is Addicted to Love from Robert Palmer. This one has a bit of a history with me. We did a kind of a spoof that we did for my tennis club back in the day, and the girls chose this song, and then they asked me if I would do the vocals for it, which I did, and they had me all dressed up like Robert Palmer, and they were dressed like the Palmerettes, and it was just kind of a thing for the Christmas party for the tennis club that year, and so I got to be Robert Palmer for a day. So that's my Addicted to Love song story. Next song up, number 8, is from Boston, their third album. Yeah, it's hard to believe. This is their 10th anniversary of their debut album, and this is only their third album. And the hit was Amanda, of course. I did like this song. This album, I think, wasn't as good as its predecessor, and it seems to be that way with Boston. Each album, even though the first two were fairly close together, but then after that they started spacing out 8, 10, 12 years, and each one was a little bit less. I liked a little bit less than its predecessor. So, but for today, Amanda's coming in, at number 8. Number 7, this is possibly one of the worst albums by this band, but the single, which I didn't like at one point, I've grown to like it a bit. I do like that pulse pounding sound to it. We're talking about Turbo Lover from Judas Priest. Yes, it's not one of their best songs. No, it's not part of that great era, but it's not that bad. So it gets on here at number 7. Number 6, I kind of liked it for, well, I've always liked this song, but I like this version of it. It's kind of funky. Sorry. Rappy, everything about it, upbeat, up-tempo. It's kind of a funny video as well. So I chose this song, Walk This Way by Run DMC and Aerosmith. Yes, it might be the only time on this channel that you will see a rap band. I don't plan on doing any others either. So, anyways, there you have that one. That's number 6. So number 5 is from an album I don't really care a lot for, but the song is okay. I think I think this is more of a case of it being a pretty upbeat tempo type of song, but it's not really a song I love by this band, but I still like this song, Invisible Touch from Genesis. The next one up is John Cougar Mellencamp and his song Small Town. Kind of reminds me of Bruce Springsteen, and so there are some stuff of his that I don't mind, and this is one of them. Number 3, now we're really moving up. Number 3, easily number 3. The top 3 were easily in their spots, separated by a lot from each other even, but much further. The other songs were much further down. So number 3 is Keep Your Hands to Yourself by the Georgian Satellites. Yeah, I know it's kind of a bit of a country sound to it, but I like it. I think it's a little bit funny. Next up is from an album I absolutely love. We've already talked about it here today, and that's Paul Simon's Graceland album. The song is You Can Call Me Al. I like the video with Chevy Chase on this too. I think it's quite funny. There's a lot of funny videos for these particular songs. And then last but not least, one of the great video songs of all time, one of the first big ones too, and that's Sledgehammer from Peter Gabriel. I think the video is fantastic. The song is great. I did actually do a cover of this myself when we went to I want to say it was Canada's Wonderland, and they used to have that recording studio, so you could go in there and sing. They'd give you a setup for everything so you could sing the song, and I did that, and I actually have a tape of it somewhere, and I think it's going to stay hidden for a long time. So I'm just going to reiterate the songs one more time. So we have Sledgehammer in at number 1 from Peter Gabriel. Number 2 is You Can Call Me Al from Paul Simon. Number 3 is Keep Your Hands to Yourself from the Georgian Satellites. Number 4, Small Town from John Cougar Mellencamp. Number 5, Invisible Touch from Genesis. Number 6, Walk This Way from Run DMC and Aerosmith. Number 7, Turbo Lover from Judas Priest. Number 8, Amanda from Boston. Number 9, Addicted to Love from Robert Palmer. Number 10, All I Need Is a Miracle from Mike and the Mechanics. And then I did put a few honorable mentions, songs that I did like them. They just not enough to beat out the last song from Mike and the Mechanics, which was Born Yesterday from the Everly Brothers. Yes, Don wrote this song, and then the Everlys did this as a duet release much later in their careers. At this point, they're already like in their 40s here, 40s, almost 50s, I think. Everybody Has Fun Tonight by Wang Chung. I thought that was kind of a stupid song, but was fun at the same time. And Higher Love from Steve Winwood. So that's my list for the monster hits for this week from 1986. So please put your list below. Any songs that I forgot, maybe you want to put them below as well, that I completely, because that's the problem with these lists. Sometimes you miss something, and then once you put it together and you're done, you go, oh man, how did I forget that? Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscription button. It's much appreciated, and we'll be back next Friday night with another look, another monster hits from 1987. And just before I forget, there will be no metal release tonight for metal. I've decided to shuffle it in the deck for next week. We will go and try it on the Friday night next week. Part of the reason is because I've been busy at my job and I just haven't really had time to really sit down and do this, but I will do it this weekend and it'll be ready to go for next Friday. And then I'm going to try and keep up on it after that. It's a bit more involved in that show than most of the other ones, so it takes a little time. And I do apologize for the darkness, but winter is winter and there's not much you can do about it. So I'm going to try my best to get some different lighting. So take care and have yourself a good day. Bye.